So we haven't done much yesterday. So we have seen what are the manual test artifacts that we need to manage in order to perform your day-to-day manual testing activities, right? So we have seen how to write a test strategy. So inside the test strategy, what are the main scope items that are available? Like what is the test scope? What is the test planning you are going to do? And what tools you are going to use? And different section like um, let me open this. Yeah, the testing tools you are going to use and the release control, risk analysis, review and approvals. So these are the table of contents for a test strategy document. So during the project starting, we will be creating this document. So after the project, after the test strategy is approved from the customer, then you will create a test planning template. Test planning template will be very, very similar to test strategy. Same sessions will be available, and only few like bug triage calls, and it will be lit more details. In a descriptive, it will be more descriptive than the test strategy. Here we'll in detail we'll write what are the testing tools, frameworks and the framework architectures, what type of test cases you are going to write, what is in scope. In detail you are going to specify your test planning before you start developing your test cases. So and next thing is test case development. So we have seen the test case development in Excel sheet, right? Usually, many companies still maintain Excel sheet as their test case development partner or their tool, and a few companies maintain bug Jira and from the new the Tosco test planning tool and many other tools like HPALM. So those are the tools which where you will be writing the test cases in the user interface, and you will be executing those test cases and generating the reports from there. Even in Excel sheet, we have seen how to write a test case, right? So every organization will have their own format to write the test cases. So for example, some write one test case in one Excel sheet like this, as I showed yesterday. And if your test case is more, then obviously you will be writing like this, or any other format which is well suited for the project requirement. So till here we have discussed yesterday. Any questions here? Harsha?
Actually, I didn't got any mail. Like you told you'll share the drive notes. Actually, I didn't got anything.
See, in the first day itself, I have dropped an email, right, with the drive link. So every day I'm not going to send email. So you need to refer to the same uh, uh, email. Let me show you the drive link. Every day I'll be updating the folders there, whatever it has been updated.
Actually, I didn't see that. I don't know. Like, sorry for that.
No problem. I will. Let me show you the drive. So if you see here, like this, every day I'll be creating a day-wise folder. So day one, you will have recording, and there is no documents in day one. I will update the PPT document here. And day two, we have a recording of software testing lifecycle. And also I have given an assignment here. If you see here. So assignment would be reading about the HTLC lifecycle, and you need to download the test artifacts from this below link and check the test artifacts. And day three, which is yesterday session. So yesterday session we have seen test strategy, test planning, test development, RTM docs. So this is the video recording, and in the lab, if you see, these are the documents which I am currently working on. So like this, suppose since it is manual testing, there will be no much lab like except the documents. When we pitch into automation or Java programs, then under this lab folder you can refer whatever I'm going to explain in the session will be under this lab. so that if you are facing issue or error while creating Java projects or Selenium projects, download this project. Important, you can work with this lab.
Sure. Thank you.
And also assignments also I'll be updating here, and the device assignment. It's the same document. Okay.
Thanks for letting me.
So yeah, so now let's say this is a very simple one, right? So there are very few features. So your customer might ask you, I want a snapshot for each and every test step what you're going to execute here while doing a functional testing. So for that you should be prepared, right? You need to take the snapshots and upload for each and every test step here. So how do you do that? Suppose you, if this is your test planning, so your test case development has been done like this, you cannot attach the screenshots. I mean, you can copy paste the screenshots here in the Excel sheet, but how many screenshots? Say, for example, if there are 10 navigations, 10 screenshots you cannot keep side by side by side by, and it will be too much overloaded, right? So what you can do is you create a Word document. uh, okay, let me execute that manual test case what we have seen yesterday. uh, and if you practice only, you are going to get all the shortcuts in Excel sheet or Word document, whatever it is. So that so kindly you create few test cases so that you will be familiarized with the execution flow and other things. Okay, now first step is we have launched this URL. So the URL launch is successful, right? So now we need to capture snapshot, and we need to report this as a proof of testing. So you can use snipping tool. So snipping tool in Windows by default it will be installed, or you can also take the print screen shot button in your laptop. Just give me a second. Yeah, sorry for that. So I prefer to use snipping tool. So snipping tool is very handy. So you can launch snipping tool by searching from Windows console. Just type snipping SNI. So this will be the snipping tool. Once you launch this, the snipping tool will be like this. Okay. So if you want to take a snip, click on this new. So all the screen will be blurred. So select what is the screen area that you need to capture. So I need to capture only till here. I don't want to show on what tools I'm going to work on, all right. So I'll capture only till here. So select the area of where you want to snip out. Okay, so once you take a snip, copy this one. So this button is used to copy this button. You can save this as image as well. Or suppose if you want to highlight anything in this one, so for example you want to highlight login, right? Next step you are going to click on login. So you use the highlighter to highlight this one, and yeah, save this, copy this, and you put it here. So here you can write TC001. So like this. So take a snapshot. If there are multiple snapshots, take a snapshot like this. So click on login. uh, so the pop-up is arrived. So like this, how many steps are here in our test case? So check, click on login button, enter username, enter password, and click on login button. uh, Validate the error message. Okay, so this is the test case which we are going to do. So let me capture screenshots for this. And yeah, so this is the what error message is there. So highlight this error message and save this one. Correct. So this is for test case 001 snapshots or screenshots. So let me save this with the name of test case. Yeah. So now you create one more column here at the end, screenshots. Just maintain the formatting, guys. Whatever is there currently, just try to maintain the same formatting. So now you need to attach that Word document here. How will you do that? So the Word document is saved under this folder under TC. So this is the Word document. So I need to attach that Word document here as a proof of testing. So in order to do that, so go to the insert and you have object here. Okay, so go to insert and click on the object. Select create from file, browse the location where you have saved that Word document. So I have saved on desktop and under the test case. So there is the Word documents. So insert and click on display as icon. If you don't click on display as icon, it will show in a bigger way. So click on display as icon. Yeah. So this is the uh, Word document for the screenshots. Are you clear with this? How to attach? See, not only Word document. If you want to attach Excel sheet inside an Excel sheet, this is the way. So go to insert, click on object, and you can attach that. Not only Excel, any file. In that case, like zip format or snapshot or screenshot. Screenshot you can directly copy paste. So, for example, this is the screenshot, right? Copy, and if you come and paste here directly, screenshot will come. Then you can minimize the size like this and you can keep it here. If it is one or two screenshot, yes, it is fine. But if there are 8 to 9 screenshots, but it will be very hectic, right? So for example, uh, so like this 9 screenshots are there. So for a single test case, if you pull this like this and if you keep sorting out, so then you'll say for example if you want to delete 2 or 3 screenshots, then you'll end up in formatting this test cases look and feel in Excel sheet. So that's why this is the better option than if there when there are multiple screenshots. If it is only one or two, yes, this should be fine. Okay. So questions. So just say so try this one because many people even experienced guys will struggle or Google to do these attachments in a file. So this will be used very often when you're in functional testing. Crores. So what I'll do, I'll remove these other test cases. Okay, cool. So if no questions, we will see the next one. How to say, for example, we got defect, right? So error message we got. Even if you're giving a valid password, then how to fail a test case? So what I'll do is I'll just use the same test case here, and actual result is failed with error message. Should be able to log in successfully. Expected result is should be able to log in success, but actual result is fail, right? So you just need to mention fail. So usually you will not write manually like this. You will have a test case template. In the template itself, it will be automatically written all the values in the drop down. So how to create this drop down? Any idea? Anyone? I'll create one drop down here and I'll show you. Go to data and I guess data validation. Here you need to select set under settings the validation criteria as list, and here you can write pass, fail, skipped, and not executed. No execution, or you can say not executed. So where is that one? Sorry, here. So if you see here in the drop down, now you have values, right? So this is how you will have all these things, and so this one will be pulled out here, and this is pass, and this is fail. Now if you want to try to enter some value, testing in progress or something like that, this field will not accept the value. Why? Because it will take only the values which are there in the drop down. Pass, fail, skipped, and not passed. So okay, clear. uh, so you can write conditions if it is passed, if else conditions inside there, and if it is passed it should automatically come in green. If it is fail, it should come in red. So all this you take it as assignment and you try on your own. And now let's see, suppose if you got a defect, right? So how do you raise those defects? So for example, defects, I'll raise like this. So I'll keep, so for defect there will be different status: resolved, in progress, development in progress, and testing in progress, something like that, right? So for that you will have a different list. So go to data validation and select the list here. So here, um, uh, testing in progress, uh, testing approved, development in progress, not a defect. So these are few values which will be there. So now you can select, say for example, not a defect. So this would be by default not a defect. So for example, you have identified a defect here. Uh, then you need to, the development you need to push to developer, and again you will have additional fields here. So allocated to allocated defect owner. So here you will have the drop down, again the different values. So here is, say for example, Harish, sorry, then we can say Venu, then Nagesh, and we have Harsha, like this. So these are your team, dev and testing team. So we can check. So why all these things are required is, so every day morning they'll filter, you can filter out. Say for example, you can filter with whom, how many, say for example, if I want to filter out my work, I can just come here, apply a filter here. So in the filter, I will be selecting only my name, Harish, and I can see only how many things are allocated on my name. So then in the daily stand-up or scrum call, I can discuss only on these things. Later, I can clear this filter and I can check with Venu how many defects are available, and I can discuss with Venu as well. So this is how we will be managing all those manual test cases or other things. So any doubts in here? So will you be able to independently do this test case development for manual testing, and execute after execution of the manual test case, will you able to update the test results here? any questions or queries, or if you have any doubts, I can clarify. Now, suppose if you identify defect, right, I will show you how to raise a defect and what is the defect raising procedure. And after that, we will see, we'll go with Java installation. So questions, queries?
No question.
Okay. So this not nothing technical or something like that. It's like a just common sense. Like so, you just need to understand what columns are used for what and what purpose are you doing. Are these columns are you updating correctly exactly? Are you understanding the process here? And once you understand the process, are you executing the test case and providing the results? So this is what you need to. They will check in the test case development. Features in a test tab. So let's say you have identified a defect. So even let's assume this is a defect screenshot. So you need to report this defect to developer. Then how exactly you need to report? So there is a template for to reporting a defect. Um, so if it is a rare defect, you will upload in a Word document template like this. So for example, here you will upload your project, update your project name, like Vicroads is our project. So for defect number, so let's say this is D001. So this is the first defect what we are raising. So on defect date on this, these things will be applicable. So screenshot, you put it as yes here, and you can write one more session here, session 3.0 screenshots, and apply your screenshot here. Okay, and application name on the screen like login screen. Vicroads. Defect number D001 and date is let's say 22nd December 1991 and submitted by I am the one who is submitting this default and reproducible. Is this defect anyone can reproduce this one? Yes. If you go wrong username, anyone can do that. Reference, if it's not nothing to update here, just put as not applicable. And so software version. So for example, you will have any product what you're testing will have a version. So let's assume it is in release version 1.0. You just put the release number there and severity and priority. So these two things are a bit important. So what is the severity of this defect, guys? And what is the priority of this defect? So severity is means how severe the application is. Suppose this is a login functionality, right? Sign in functionality. Suppose if the user is not able to log in, will the customer wait for you, or will the customer look for? So for example, let's assume this is a recharging web portal like Paytm or free charge or something like that. So suppose if Paytm is not able to allow you to log into the portal, you need to do your recharge. You will not wait for the Paytm to fix the issue and reproduce to you, right? As a customer, what is your intention? You will go for alternates like whatever the Pay ID or Google Pay or from freecharge.in like that. So you will look alternates, right? So the severity will here it would be very high. So based on this one, severity is see there will be multiple levels here, high, very high, low and medium. So these are the very commonly used methods. So now because this is since the user is not able to access the functionality, the severity would be very high, and the priority uh, based on your team size and team members, is it priority? Do you need to do it immediately or not? Some see in some defects the severity will be very high and priority will be low. So to quote an example, say for example, in the Vicroads here, right, you can see the logo here on top left side, right? So for example, this logo is only half of the logo is visible. Okay, only half logo is visible. Remaining half is not loaded properly, or some issue is there. So what would be the severity? Severity is very high. Why? Because in a government web portal, people don't trust if it is not correct. If it is not displaying very professional, people don't trust that it is a Vic Road portal or not. So the severity will be high, but what is the priority? Is it stopping any customer related activity? Customer is still able to log in, customer is still able to do registration, do license, and do other functionalities, right? It's not stopping for customer related activities. So the here the priority will be low. So these are the situations where you need to analyze which is severity high and which is priority high. Okay, so this is commonly asked interview question, so make sure that you don't miss this one. Okay, so module, you need to mention your module name as login module, and steps followed, how you can write the same steps how to reproduce this defect, and desired results should be able to successfully log in, right? So this is the expected result. Okay, so if you are reporting only one or two defects, if the defect from your applications is very low, then you can report in this format. So this is a word template format for your reporting your defects. But so you're doing a shift left testing. So what do you mean by shift left testing means? So if the dev team is start working, let's say this is the first week for dev team. From the second week itself, the testing team also will start working along with dev in agile environment. So both the teams will parallelly keep on working on the product. So whenever the developer finish two functionalities, they release to testing team. The testing will complete those two functionalities. So like that, working along with the developer is called as shift left testing. So when you are working with shift left testing environment, or in the, or in this agile environment, so you will find defects very commonly, right? So the product is initial development stage. So in those stages, yes, the defects will be, the identification of defects and the defects which are coming in application will be very high. Per day you need to raise 10 defects. Now are you going to create 10 documents like this every day? Do you think is it a right approach? Definitely not. So then we will try and create a defect sheet like this. So we'll go for Excel sheet. So here what are the details that you can find here under here? So date, defect, severity, priority, and other things, right? So I can tell the date is here. So defect number, and then application or screen, then a screenshot I'll put at the end. Submitted by, reproducible, yes, and what is the reference number, and fixed date, date, software version, severity, then priority, along with this developer, and reported by, and status of the defect. So I guess these are the main things which are required. So let me highlight all those things. Okay, now you will fill the details. So whatever is there in this Word document, so you'll fill the same details again here. And what is main thing that you need to answer in an interview question? In an interview point of view, if they ask you what exactly do you report in defect management sheet means, so you need to tell what defect, what are the steps to reproduce the defect, and what is the severity and priority. So these two things you must and should report and highlight in the interview point of view. Okay, So clear. Now you can manage multiple defects under one point, under one sheet. So like this. So what is defect triage call? Yesterday I tried to explain what is defect triage call. Does anyone can tell what is defect triage call? So defect triage call means now we have, let's assume we have so let's assume we have more than 10 defects. Now every meeting we will have a retrospective, right? Retrospective call. Retrospective is something like in the complete entire sprint, what exactly we have done and how many, what is the team, everyone has been done, what are the team achievements and other things. Let's assume we have around 10 to 12 defects in this week. So we will have a defect triage call where the developers are called for the team and testers are called for the team, and we will discuss each and every defect. What are the steps to reproduce those defects, and how exactly will you be able to solve that one, whether the developer accept the defect or not, and in the retesting whether the defect has been tested successfully and the application is been updated. So this discussion will be happening in the defect triage call. Okay. So I guess that should be fine for manual testing. So if you are able to comfortably, so I will save this later point of time. Okay. So if you can understand all these things, all this test strategy, test planning, and test case development and defect reporting, that should be fine. And requirement traceability matrix is something like just a release management. So once we are into automation testing, then I will discuss this one, why requirement traceability matrix is required and what is the need for this one. So before that, you try to create a test plan, test cases, and other things. Okay. We will use the same Vicroads application for automation also for mobile and as well as for the desktop. As this good application where we have good amount of test cases, so that you also will have a real-time experience on a live portal. Okay. So any questions before we start on Java? Okay. So let's see how to install Java today and how to check whether the Java is installed successfully or not. So I will show you what are the paths that are required to download Java. Let me. So you can download Java from this path, from this location. And see, the current version is 15, software version 15, but don't install this, guys. So in the 15 version of Java, there are many things which you will be not able to understand. So I recommend you to go down and install Java version 8. So this Java version 8 is very good. So download JDK, not JRE. Download JDK file into your local laptop and install this file. So it is very simple. I have already installed the Java. First, let me uninstall it. Mm, so meanwhile, let me put this for download. Okay. So Here you need to select what operating system you are. Suppose if you are working on Mac, try downloading this. Now since we are on Windows, uh, so mine is x86, so I'll try downloading this one. So based on your Windows either 64 or 32-bit, check that and we can download. I don't want to sign in now. Mm, so there is a way I can directly download them. So this is how it will look like once you download. So you can just sign up and you can try downloading this, guys, from this link. I'll share this link in the chart in the lab notes. So download for minus 64 and check how do you check that what is your Windows operating system. Go to system properties here and here you can see this is the one. So my system type is x64 based processor and 64-bit. So if you check whether it is yours is a 64-bit processor or 86-bit processor. So I have a setup file which is already downloaded here. So let me use the same file. So this is the, yeah. So you will get a pop-up like this. I guess everyone knows how to install a software in a Windows machine. So just click on install. So for me, I have already installed JDK. So I'm installing JR in front of you. So see, I don't want to install it again because already I have my JDK installed in my laptop. So let me go to the location where it is going to install. So go to C drive, program files, and Java. Sorry, Java here. So I have both JRE and JDK. So let me uninstall this. Let me close the Eclipse here. Okay. So okay. So now my JRE lib is empty. So let me try installing this. So I'm installing JRE. Why? Because JDK is already installed in my machine, and so once this is installed, uh, it will come to program files, guys. So if it is x86 based system, you go and check in the program files here under x86. Since mine is 64-bit based system, right? So my Java is here. So this is the path, home path of Java where it got installed. Okay. Okay, now the Java is successfully installed. So if you come and check here, So you have bin, you have lib and other things. So under bin you have multiple, Java related softwares here. So for example, Java, so Java W, Java CPL, Java AWS, and Java. So everything is installed here. So first you need, since you are going to install JDK, you will get like this. So this is the home path of Java. So once you install, if you want to check how the Java is installed in your machine, go to command prompt and type this command, Java hyphen version, so and enter. So you can see here 1.8 version. Why? Because I have set the path of my mission to this JDK. So uh, initially for you, uh, when you type this Java hyphen version, after as soon as you install, you will not get this one. Why? Because you have not set the path. Now I will show you how to set up environment variable path, and so that the system will point out for the correct installation of Java. Okay. So you know where Java is installed. So Java is installed under program files, under Java folder, under JDK. So you have bin lib, and let's talk about this structure later. So this is called as home path of your Java. Okay. So copy this path, copy, and click on this settings. Type environment edit variable, edit environment variables to your account panel. Click on this one. So now you have this environment variables which are listed here. The above path what you are seeing here is a user environment variable path, and below path is called a system environment variable path. Okay. So what is the difference between these both? Okay. User variable path means, suppose if you are setting the path here, if you log in to your laptop with your username, only for your username these paths are applicable. If you set here, every user who will log into this system with a different username or something like that, everyone will be able to access these variables. Okay. The recommendation would be always try to use system environment variable path only. And suppose if you are in an organization network, if you don't have admin rights, then you go for your user variable path. Okay. Otherwise the recommendation is set up all the paths in system environment variables. Okay, now you need to do the two things here. Let me show you this one. Yeah. First thing is you need to set up Java underscore home path. And second thing is set up bin path. Okay. So these two you need to do right now. So let's see how to set up Java underscore home path. Okay. So these are the environment variables, right? Here. Okay. So if you see here, there is Java underscore home setup in my mission. Since I have not logged in as admin here, I cannot see. I'll show you in user management. But when you're trying to do here. Okay. So when you click on this new button, you will get a pop-up like this. So type Java underscore home in capital letters. Type in capital letters, guys, and pass the path of the Java home. What is Java home path here? The place where the JDK is installed in your machine. Copy this path and paste it here. Okay. Or you can also browse your path till there. And once you click on save, a variable will be created here like this. Okay. Are you clear with this? First thing after installation of the Java, you need to set up Java underscore home path, and later you need to set up bin path. Okay. Now let us discuss what is bin here and what are libs here. See, Java is a software, right? So Java is a software. So in order to run the software, you need some library files, tools and library files. So those files are placed under lib folder, and you will have bin folder. So Java will provide multiple features like, for example, jar signing, and this jar signing is there, right? So if you want to sign up a particular jar, then you can use this jar signing, or Java packager, or Java WS, Java W. So these are the features of Java. So every feature is developed and it is kept under bin. Okay. So this is the path where the Java features will be available. So copy this bin folder path and go to path variable. So you will have a path variable by default in every system. So let me check. This is the path variable. So open this path variable in your system. So you can see all the paths. Do not modify any of your path. Okay. Don't modify any of your path. Click on new and paste up to bin folder. So you need to paste up to bin folder. Otherwise, if you have already set your Java home, uh, then you can type like this as well. Percentage Java underscore home percentage slash bin. So either you can type like this, or and save it, or you can give the path till bin folder. So anything will do. Suppose if you don't set Java underscore home, then this will not work. So my recommendation and my preference for the freshers is copy this path till bin and paste it in this particular folder, in this particular path. So this is under which, under path variable. Okay. Then click on OK. Now you try in the command prompt and check whether Java version is installed in your system or not. You should be able to see the version of Java which you have downloaded and installed. Okay. So let me write this one. So setup path variable in system and add new value till Java bin path. See, we haven't done anything. So first step, we have downloaded Java JDK, and second step is installation is completed with the setup file, the downloaded setup file. Then there is a third step. Third step, we have set Java home path. Till where we have set the home path. Let me take that one as well. One level back here. So copy till JDK and install. And the fourth step is we have set up path variable also under system variables till Java bin path. So your Java bin path will be inside bin till bin. Okay. So any questions here, guys?
No question. No question.
Okay. So this is the Java installation. Then to check the Java version, so use the command, open command prompt, Java -version. So this is the command to, so it should display the installed Java version. So this is how you need to set up your Java. So what I'll do is, let me save this lab notes from today. Mm. Okay. So shall we continue with the hello world program, or no, we also need to install Eclipse, guys. So what I will do is I will send you an email with the required softwares which are required to work with, like Eclipse, Java, and Maven. So try downloading them. So I'll send an email. So we also need to download Eclipse. So you can download Eclipse from this below path, like Eclipse org. Uh, so so copy this path. I will update this path and I'll send the email. So for today, what you will do is your assignment would be download Java and install the Java, set up the path, and download Eclipse and be ready. So don't worry how to install this Eclipse and all. Tomorrow I'll show you. I will uninstall my Eclipse and I will install the Eclipse from scratch, and I'll show you how to install Eclipse. After that, we will start writing Java programs. Okay. Um, so we'll wind up today's session if no questions. And those who are listening to recordings, I will also forward you these emails to everyone. You can refer these emails. Okay. So if no questions, let's wind up today's session, guys.
No questions.
Okay.
Thank you, Harish.
Thank you. Okay. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Thanks, Hamish.